At my first appearance to take the oath of the presidential office 4 years ago, all thoughts were anxiously directed to an impending civil war. All dreaded it. All sought to avert it. But one side would make war rather than let the nation survive, and the other would accept war rather than let it perish. And the war came. 1/8 of the whole population were colored slaves, localized in the southern part of the country. These slaves constituted a peculiar and powerful interest, and all knew that this interest was somehow the cause of the war. Both sides read the same Bible, and they pray to the same God, and each invokes his aid against the other. The prayers of both could not be answered. Woe unto the world because of offenses, says the Bible, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. If we shall suppose that American slavery is one of those offenses which in the providence of God must needs come, but which having continued through his appointed time, he now wills to remove, and he gives to both North and South this terrible war, as the woe due to those by whom the offenses came, shall we discern therein any departure from those divine attributes which the believers in the living God always ascribe to him? Fondly do we hope, fervently do we pray, that this mighty scourge of war may speedily pass away. And yet, if God wills it to continue, until all of the wealth piled up by the bondsman's 250 years of unrequited toil shall be sunk, and until every drop of blood drawn by the lash shall be paid with another drawn by the sword. As was said 3,000 years ago, so still it must be said, the judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and a lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Well, in the last few days we have seen dramatic events. With the surrender of General Lee's army in Virginia on Sunday, and the surrender of General Johnston's army in North Carolina expected hourly, this war is essentially over. This country is something new now, something it was not, could not have been before.